Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys, holding the standard, right? And in this video, I want to talk about how LeBron James appears to be load managing so that he can be ready for a playoff push. That's what it looks like to me. I know some of you guys have talked about this stuff in the comments. LeBron James got all his energy on the bench to jump up and down at his son's high school game, right? He had enough energy to jump up and down the bench last night, right? This LeBron James, who's supposed to be injured. I thought LeBron James is dealing with an injury, and if you're injured, you should not be jumping around, carrying on like a goof on the sidelines. If you have enough energy to do that, then why are you not on the court? We're going to talk about this video, man. We know what LeBron James is doing. He's load managing, setting himself up to rest for a playoff push. Once again, cheating the game. I'm not putting this guy anywhere near top 10, man. This guy's a joke, man. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly, truly humbled, man. But all the support for real, guys. Anyone who donates to my channel, like I said, shout out to everybody in the membership. You guys comment, email. You guys share your stories with me, man. It really means a lot, guys. Real recognize real, man. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I want to talk about how this clown LeBron James seems to be setting himself up to load manage, right? We talked about load manage for the toughest part of the season so he can set himself up for a playoff push. That's what's looking like for me, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it appears to be. LeBron James, once again, load managing at the end of the season, at the hardest part of the season, so that once again, he can prep himself to go on a playoff push, right? So that he can lead the Lakers to a championship. So all of his fans that are in the comments, you see what they're saying now. Oh, the Lakers are going to win their 5th ring. No, LeBron's going to win his 5th ring. The Lakers are going to win the championship. They're saying all this now without LeBron James playing. Think about that, guys. They're hyping the Lakers up now because the Lakers are starting to win some games. They've been a little bit more consistent since they got Luka Doncic. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. So they're giving LeBron James all the credit for what the Lakers are doing since acquiring Luka Doncic. Once again, I don't get it. LeBron James has missed the last several games. Once again, the hardest part of the schedule, LeBron James not there for. So he leaves his team high and dry to go through this hard stretch of NBA season, the back-to-backs, the teams that they're playing against. He leaves them high and dry to go through this grind without them, the same way that he leaves his team high and dry on defense to play 4-on-5. Because LeBron James has no business or no interest in getting back on defense. He's not going to go across half court every time down the court. Think about how much LeBron James has not made it across half court, guys, over the last 5 seasons. Just think about that. But you'll have LeBron James fans celebrating how many minutes he played. Oh, LeBron James plays all his minutes. Dude, he's standing around, blowing on his hands for those minutes. He's not getting back on defense for those minutes, right? He's flopping during those minutes. So LeBron James has accumulated all these minutes during his career, but a lot of those minutes are fraudulent. You're not doing anything. You're lollygagging. You're flopping around. You're standing around on D. There are times during the game, throughout the season, guys, for the last several years now, that LeBron James will be arguing with the referees while the play is going on. So the clock is running, the minutes are going, and LeBron James ain't doing a damn thing but arguing with the referee. So he gets accredited for seconds and minutes on the clock in the game, but you ain't doing a damn thing out there but crying and moaning, which we always see LeBron James do. This is not once in a while, every so often. This is all the time. This is consistently from LeBron James, man. Looking for a foul call. Always, like I said, cursing and yelling at somebody. The dude's a straight clown, man, LeBron James. Soft as hell, man. Always playing the victim. But LeBron James, like I said, man, is load managing at the most important part of the season. Remember, this is the grind, guys. This is the grind of an NBA season. After the All-Star break, guys, that's the grind. You're coming out of the February All-Star break. You're trying to finish out the month of February, get through the month of March, get through the month of March so that you can get into April when the playoffs start. So this is the grind. The month of March is the grind, man. This is where teams can lose their playoff standings. This is where teams can make a run to make a play-in or a playoff spot. These last 20, 25 games, like I said, coming out of the All-Star break, that's when you want to start be playing your best basketball. If we think about the Cleveland Cavaliers, who just lost their third game in a row, I believe for the first time this season, this is not the time of the season where you want to start faltering. You start to have some cracks in your armor, so to speak. You're not playing your best basketball. So the Cleveland Cavaliers, the first, 65 games of the season, they looked amazing, right? But then all of a sudden, if you start to falter during the last 15, 20 games of the season, then all of a sudden, no one's going to remember what you did during the season. No one's going to remember that you started off the season, 25-5 or 23-2 or something like. No one's going to care about that or remember that if you falter down the stretch and all of a sudden you get eliminated in the first round. No one's going to remember the Cleveland Cavaliers and what they were doing all season long. It's not going to matter. So when we think about what the Lakers have done or haven't done during the regular season, the up and down play of the Lakers, look at the Lakers on the road. They won another home game. Brave for the Lakers. I've told you what, though. The Lakers are going to have to win some games on the road. They're not going to have home court advantage throughout the entire postseason. They're just not. So once again, they're going to have to go on the road eventually, depending on who's left, to play them. So once again, are the Lakers going to try to finagle the standings and, let's lose this game on purpose or, try not to lose this game so we don't have to play against this team, right? We know how LeBron James teams do. They're always calculated and looking for a way to get over, right? Because, once again, this is LeBron James. But if we think about, like I said, LeBron James load managing, missing this crucial stretch of the season where the Lakers have three back-to-backs in like 10 games. So LeBron James missing all the back-to-backs, right? He didn't want to play the back-to-backs. They've shortened or gotten rid of a lot of back-to-backs, right? Back in like the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, these guys were playing like 25, 26, 27 back-to-backs. Now these guys play maybe 12, 13, 14, maybe 15 back-to-backs. So it's nowhere near the same level of intensity or effort that these guys had to give back in the day. But LeBron James is missing out on the most difficult stretch, right? Missing out on teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, missing out on teams like the Denver Nuggets, even though we see now the Denver Nuggets are not even playing with their players. So, once again, this is part of the problem for the NBA season, right? The star players are never there when you need them, right? So, like I said, these guys are getting cheap wins playing against teams that don't even have their guys out there. Oh, yeah, this team won 50-some games. This team won this many games. Yeah, because a lot of the games that they played against the tough teams, these guys weren't even there. They're just not there. This is the NBA season, guys. These guys, and they're not missing games for any reason. You tell me why some of these guys are out. Consecutive games. Multiple games. You tell me why. Why is LeBron James? He's out for a groin injury, but then we watch him on the sidelines jumping up and down, doing the moonwalk, doing this goofy-ass dances. We see him at his son's championship game, carrying on, making a scene. But you were supposed to have a hurt groin. I'm sorry, am I to believe that your groin is so bad that you can't play an NBA game? Okay, you can't play a basketball game, but you can jump up and down the sideline, you can carry it on that way? How hurt are you? It doesn't make any sense. You're not that hurt. We talk about this all the time. These guys are not injured. They're just hurt. They don't want to play through hurt. LeBron James has never done this. This man will sit out with foot soreness. He'll sit out with ankle soreness. Don't make no sense, man. And then he'll play the next game and start flexing on guys. Dude, you're soft, man. You're a corny dude, man. I do not respect LeBron James and these kinds of antics that he does. So he's sitting on the sidelines now, load managing against the toughest stretch of the season so that he can be rested for the playoff push. And I'm supposed to respect that? I'm supposed to put him on the same level of guys like Kobe Bryant, guys like Larry Bird, guys like Magic Johnson, and Hakeem Olajuwon, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell, Michael Jordan. I'm supposed to put him up there with the Dr. J's. I'm supposed to put him up there with the Jerry Wests. I'm supposed to put him up there with Tim Duncan. Because those guys showed up. Once again, those guys gave more effort when they were on the court. Not only does LeBron James load manage by missing games, he actually load manages on the court. So when you hear people talk about, the Spurs, Tim Duncan, the Spurs, they were doing load managing before LeBron James and before a lot of these guys and blah, 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 blah. They try to once again put the blame on Tim Duncan and the Spurs because they don't want to talk about what these guys are really doing, abusing the load managing. Does anybody ever remember in the 2000s, David Stern having to put a league minimum on these guys? I don't remember the league minimum ever being put out on these guys. I don't remember Tim Duncan missing a whole bunch of games. Load managing was done in a way that it did not affect the game, guys. So, for instance, like I told you guys, the only reason why the Spurs were quote-unquote doing load managing is because the Spurs were always making deep playoff runs for like 15, 20 years straight, guys. You name me another franchise over the last 10 seasons that has made as many deep playoff runs as the San Antonio Spurs of the early 2000s. And then you tell me that that team needs to load manage because they're always making deep playoff runs. Where's the team at? Over the last 10 years? Who? There's no one, guys. There's no one doing these things. So once again, when you talk about guys load managing, and you talk about the Spurs and Tim Duncan, they were load managing because the Spurs every single season were making playoff run after playoff run. And once again, every once in a while, they would hold Tim Duncan out of a back-to-back maybe, or 2 games in 3 nights, something like that. But go look at how many games Tim Duncan missed. He didn't miss the kind of games that these guys are missing today. They did not abuse it. These guys have abused it to the point where they had to come with a league minimum on these clowns. So once again, spare me with the Tim Duncan, the Spurs load managing. LeBron James and what a lot of these guys are doing today is way out of control. Also, we think about the way LeBron James is celebrated, right? They promote him as having longevity, durability, toughness. He's being in shape, all this stuff. Then how come you're never there? If you really were in great shape like that, you were really that strong, you were really that tough, you were really that durable, then you would have multiple 82-game seasons on your belt. You just would. That's just the facts. Because that goes to do with your toughness, your mental fortitude, your effort that you give, your love of the game, showing up to work for the fans. All that goes hand in hand. LeBron James don't have that love of the game. He don't care about the fans like that. You think he cares about his fans? All these people, these suckers, they voted for LeBron James for the All-Star game. The man couldn't even show for you guys. And once again, he didn't even give you guys a heads up. He was a late scratch. So how many of you clowns had the DVR ready to go for the All-Star game? Oh, I'm going to DVR LeBron James. This might be his last All-Star game. I'm going to DVR this one, man. Now I'm going to watch it. I voted for LeBron James a bunch of times. He's an All-Star starter again. And the man didn't show for you guys. He don't care about y'all, man. Once again, LeBron James only cares about himself. He only cares about the money and the fame. And to me, it looks like LeBron James is setting himself up to rest during the most toughest, difficult part of the season so he can be well rested. So everyone else has to play the games. Everyone else has to go out there and give the effort all season long. LeBron James has been carried all season, resting all year, not playing any defense, not hustling back across the court. He let Anthony Davis carry him. He let Austin Reeves do all this stuff. Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, all those guys take all the heat. Those guys do all the dirty work, the boxing out, the hustling. They do all that to uplift LeBron James, and he'll go out there and take 20 shots. You know, he'll turn the ball over a bunch of times. He'll get some non-contested rebounds, no offensive rebounds, which are the hustle rebounds, and then people will just celebrate his stats. And they'll say, oh, LeBron James MVP. LeBron James putting up MVP numbers in year 22 at age 40. MVP numbers? Really? MVP numbers. Once again, exposing this era of NBA as not being anything. So it's easy to put up numbers in this era. I told you, look at the guy last night for the San Antonio Spurs, Sandro Mastrovilli or whatever. Don't disrespect him. I'm not trying to jack his name on purpose. I don't know the guy's name like that. But this man went out last night and scored 34 points in 19 minutes, guys, against the New York Knicks. 34 points in 19 minutes. But I'm supposed to believe that these guys are the most skilled era. It is the most difficult era. I don't buy that at all. You're telling me that guy's going to go in the 90s and score 34 points in 19 minutes. I don't see it happening, guys. He played against the Knicks last night. Once again, you'd be going against Patrick Ewing if that was the 90s Knicks. Patrick Ewing ain't load managing. He ain't missing games like Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. How many games these guys have missed? Mitchell Robinson. Like, these guys are missing games all the time. OG Anunoby. These guys can't stay on the court, man. That's why the Knicks are fake. They're not real. They're pretenders, guys. And I told you from the start. That's why I refuse to make videos on the Knicks. They're an absolute joke. And they're supposed to be one of the top teams in the East, the New York Knicks. Nah, man, the 90s Knicks would destroy this team. Destroy them. But that guy scored 34 points in 19 minutes, guys. Come on, man. Once again, exposing this era of NBA. And LeBron James ducking out on these difficult stretch, resting up all season long so that he can be rested for a playoff push, so that he can activate playoff mode, right? Oh, LeBron James, he's going to activate playoff mode when the playoffs come, and he's going to lead the Lakers. He's not leading them nowhere. It's Luka Doncic leading the Lakers, man. It was Anthony Davis leading the Lakers. Just like in 2020, same thing. Anthony Davis doing all the dirty work, doing the heavy lifting, leading the playoffs in points, right? And win shares. But LeBron James gets to end the finals MVP. Even though Anthony Davis out there doing all the work, playing all the defense, doing all the dirty work. Don't get no credit playing with LeBron James. You remember the in-season tournament? Anthony Davis dropped 40 points and 20 rebounds in the championship game. They gave the MVP to LeBron James, man. It's an absolute joke. You guys remember the Olympics last summer. Steph Curry literally saved the USA team. Let's be real honest here, guys. If Steph Curry's not on the Olympic team, let's say he decided not to show up, right? He didn't show up. It was Kevin Durant, LeBron James, all the other goofs were there. The USA don't win the gold medal, guys. They don't win the gold medal without Steph Curry, man. But if LeBron James was not there, if Kevin Durant maybe wasn't there, Steph Curry still probably could lead them to the gold medal. Steph Curry put on a show. Maybe not Kevin Durant, but if LeBron James wasn't there, the USA team would have been fine. But Steph Curry didn't get the MVP, LeBron James did. So you see all these instances where LeBron James gets credit for his teammates' dirty work, for his teammates' work, what they're doing, their hustle, their greatness. he gets credit for it. Once again, it's laughable, guys. There's LeBron James being carried out there by the other great players. LeBron James standing around witnessing Steph Curry's greatness, standing around witnessing Anthony Davis' greatness. This is what happens. The same thing he did during the All-Star weekend. Sat around like a straight fool, man, watching Steph Curry go out there and do his thing, man. Once again, not helping the NBA at all. This is LeBron James cheating the game, cheating the fans, cheating himself, man. Cheating the Lakers franchise. And the crazy thing is that the real Laker fans actually care more about their franchise than the damn owner does. The owner doesn't even care, which is actually sad because her father, right, the late Dr. Buss, actually cared a lot about the Lakers. Like, that was like his life. That's all he cared about was the Lakers and having the Lakers be a relevant team. And once again, going out there and representing for the city of LA, the purple and gold. That's completely gone now. And like I said, the fans actually care more about the Lakers than the owner does. And the fans obviously care more about the Lakers than LeBron James does. LeBron James don't give a damn about the Lakers, man. He don't give a damn about LA. He don't care about y'all like that. And you guys know, the real Laker fans know that. That's why they can't stand LeBron James. That's why a lot of those people won't watch the Lakers until he leaves. So, if you guys have noticed, I know some of you guys have noticed, it seems to me that LeBron James, once again, cheating the system, right? LeBron James is like that guy who, he cheats the system, right? Where, you talk about taxes and people with the write-offs and, oh, but yeah, it's a write-off, man. I found a loophole in the taxes. We can write this off. We can write that off. And then people be like, do you even know what a write-off is? And be like, no, I don't know what a write-off is. But they write them off and just going to do a write-off, man, and put that down there. Oh, yeah, claim this. I'm going to claim that. I'm going to claim this on my taxes. That's LeBron James, man. Everything just gets written off. Whatever he doesn't do, it just gets written off. Oh, write it off. LeBron James turnovers, write it off, man. Oh, LeBron James lost the court, write it off. It's a write-off, man. Don't worry about this stuff, man. That's what they do. And then they just give LeBron James all the credit. He just gets all the credit. You write everything off. You negate everything else. Here goes LeBron James, found a loophole in the system. So somehow LeBron James found a way to not do anything on the court, really, but still accumulate stats because this is a stat-happy era. Anyone could accumulate stats in this era and then somehow get praised for being the team's best player when you're clearly not. When the video footage shows us that you're not the team's best player, they want to point to the stats. It's laughable, guys. Once again, everything always falls back to the numbers for LeBron James, not the actual substance, right? Not the actual tangible results for LeBron James. So when you say, oh, LeBron James is 4-6 in the finals, what do they say? Oh, LeBron James made it to 8 straight. Oh, they start to do what? Give you excuses and celebrate mediocrity. It's a loophole. Oh, LeBron James playing against tough competition, man. That's why he lost. But wait a second. You guys said that he's the greatest player of all time. But you're making an excuse of why he lost? If you're that great, then you should come out on top more often than not. Once again, this goes to the inconsistency of LeBron James. So LeBron James doing what he does, load managing at the right time again, so that he can have his teammates go out there and win some of these games. You know, like I said, play and go through the rest of the season, the schedule without LeBron James. LeBron James can lollygag, rest up all he wants, while other teams and other players are out there playing all these games. Once again, LeBron James ain't gonna sniff 80 games this year. Not gonna sniff it. Remember the beginning of the year? Yeah, I plan on playing all 82. I plan on playing. Dude, they should be exposing LeBron James for saying that. No one in ESPN ever says this. They never call him out for that. They're never going to say, oh, LeBron James is going to play 82 games. When's he going to be there for the whole season and actually go through a grind of a season and be there? Not going to do it. So he's out there resting, lollygagging, so he can be rested at the end of the season. Load managing at its finest. All this energy to jump up and down the sidelines and, like I said, do the moonwalk and do all this weird stuff and gyrate your body and weird stuff, man. You have all the energy to do that, but you can't go on the court. You can't go on the court. Why? Because he's got to rest up. He's got to go and get some more treatment. He's got to go get the chemicals pumped in, right? Once again, setting himself up, but we're supposed to respect LeBron James? And then what will his fans say? Oh, yeah, LeBron James going to lead the Lakers. They're going to win LeBron's going to win his 5th ring. That's all I keep hearing now in the comments. Oh, LeBron going to win his 5th ring. Deal with it. Once again, I got to deal with nothing. Still ain't close to Michael Jordan's 6. Still never won 3 games in a row. And still never won any of those championships that LeBron James won previously. Don't respect those 4 championships, man. And like I said, it appears that LeBron James might be on a super team now. If you're going to sit there, ESPN, like I said, ESPN does this. This is what they do. They, once again, expose LeBron James, like I said in the earlier video. If you're going to sit there and say, before the season, Luka Doncic is a top 5 player in the league, which we all agree. If Luka Doncic is top 5 in the NBA right now, then you say that LeBron James is top 7 in the NBA, and then you actually promote Austin Reeves as the best 3rd option in the NBA, does that not sound like a super team or a team that, once again, has an advantage over the other teams? I told you guys, according to ESPN, the Lakers are the only team in the NBA right now that has 2 top 10 players on their roster and the best third option in the league, according to Stephen A. Smith. So you're telling me you have the 2 of the top 10 players in the league. You're the only team that can say that, and you have the best third option on your team? Doesn't that sound like a big 3 to me? Sounds like a super team. Because when we think about the NBA over the last 3 or 4 years, we thought we were done with the super teams. We thought these things were done, right? We knew it was Kevin Durant and LeBron James as the super team builders, right? They're trying to one-up each other, 2 clowns that no one respects. So we always complimented guys like Nikola Jokic, Giannis, right, for going out there and playing the game the right way. Not bouncing from team to team or trying to stack up players against them or complaining and playing the victim. Going out there and winning on the team that drafted you, playing with the hand you were dealt, essentially. That's why we respected what they did more, right? And we thought the super teams were over. Yes, there may have been some really good teams that have some really good players like the Boston Celtics, but they were put together naturally. The OKC Thunder, they were built up through drafts. So as good as those teams might be, they weren't built up like LeBron James' Miami Heat or Kevin Durant's Golden State Warriors. Wasn't the same thing. So these are the facts when we talk about these things and what LeBron James done. He might be on a super team right now. In this climate of NBA, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves, according to ESPN. You guys know that these are the facts. So LeBron James load managing to rest and get ready for a playoff push. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, the other great players, they played, man. They showed up. They grinded. They grinded. Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, they grinded. They didn't sit out games, and they didn't miss a certain point. You think it's a coincidence that LeBron James missing this stretch of games, guys? Insane, guys. Don't respect that clown. Another thing that LeBron James does that we don't respect. Ducking out on the grind as usual. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.